2, rapid state change. This is so key as a power speaker. All right, so key. So here's what I want you to, like, I am instantly 10 times more energetic than I was 10 seconds ago. I am literally tingling throughout my body right now. It feels great, all right? It feels great. Happy to be here, okay? That was the stimulus. This is the response. That is an anchor that I created. The ability to change your state in an instance might be the most powerful skill that you can master as a power speaker and in your entire life. This is the thing that, like, I have seen out of the most successful people I've been around is their ability to rapidly change their state into the state they want to be in at any given moment. It's like flipping a switch, right? I remember the first time I saw Bedros, not the first time, but I saw him a couple years ago. We're talking in the green room before he goes on stage. And then right before he goes on stage, I see him go to a corner for like 10 seconds and like do something. I don't know what he did. He did something. Closed his eyes, like he visualized, I don't know, he did something. And he turned around and it was like a different person was looking at me. It was like Clark Kent in the phone booth. And Superman came out. And he goes on stage, and the person I was talking to, it was the same person, inside the same person, but the energy and the presence and like the intensity, 10 times higher, instantly. All right, what I just did, that's what I do before I go on stage. Every time, all right? When I see people talking to me sometimes, and they're like, I do this thing with my hands a lot, where I'll do this, I'll do things like that, and I see them try and do it, but they do like, and I'm like, you're not unleashed yet, right? This is like this, the fact that you're not going like this and you're just going like this is social conditioning. Literally, the low speed you move your hand towards your other hand, this is social conditioning. Because it's aggressive or abrasive or impolite to make a loud noise, so I'm gonna make a soft noise. I'm not really ready to be unleashed. Fuck that shit. Yeah. Everyone clap with me real loud. We go 1, 2, 3, ready? I'll go, you'll go. We'll work on this, all right? Good. I know it hurts, deal with it, all right? You guys ever noticed the skin on the palm is much tougher than the skin on the back? Yeah, it's made for that, don't worry about it. We used to walk on our hands, that's why it's thicker, so you can deal with that, all right? I'm not kidding, that's actually what it is, all right? Who here is in a better state already? Yeah, right, clapping is an anchor. Especially the louder you do it, the more intense you do it, right? The more you're gonna get out of it. So, rapid state change. Let's do a little demonstration right now. I should have done what I just did because it's gonna ruin my demonstration. That's fine. All right, you stand up, please. Thank you. What's your name?
Christian.
Christian, from where?
San Jose.
San Jose. Give him some love real quick. 1, 2, 3. From San Jose.
Yeah.
Nice, man. First time Miami?
First time, yeah.
What do you think?
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, right?
Yeah. Weather's nice.
Are you wondering, like,
Beaches are fucking,
they're amazing, right?
they're amazing, yeah.
Yeah. Are you also wondering, like, what is Jason gonna have me do up here? Where's he going with this?
Yeah.
Totally,
I have
right?
an idea, though.
You have an idea?
Yeah.
Sit down. Good. Okay. Stand back up. Thank you. What's up, man? What's your name?
Christian.
From San Jose.
San Jose.
Nice, man. So the beaches, what do you like about them?
They're blue, clear.
The beaches
Not
are
as
blue?
clear as-
The water is blue.
The water's blue, yeah.
Yeah.
The water's
Sit down. Okay. All right, so stand back up real quick. Pause. Did anyone notice he did not want to stand up the third time?
Yeah.
Did you guys notice he didn't want to stand up the second time, did you?
Not really.
No. Okay. Come with me real quick. Okay. I am doing this, come closer, sorry. I am doing this as a demonstration. All right, I want to point out that whatever state we are in, we have a bias towards not changing that state. We don't want to change the state. The state we're in, we're comfortable. To change it, we got to change everything. We got to change, like everything's going to change. We don't like change. When you're seated, what do you not want to do? Stand up, right? Until you eventually become tired of seating, and then you want to stand up, right? But until that point, when you're just comfortable, relaxed, in a normal, like if everything's cool, you're not amazing, but everything's like homeostasis, everything's like cool, you don't want to change your state. When you're seated and you're comfortable, you don't want to stand up. Who here in the last week has been on a couch that was comfortable and you had to get up but you didn't want to, and it was like took you like a minute. You didn't do the normal stand up. It was like one of these, right? You're on the couch, you're chilling, and you're like, and then you get up. Raise your hand if you did this. Yeah, we all do that, right? All right, you can sit down. Let's give them some love real quick for that. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. So understand, you're not going to want to change your state. That's why most people don't do it. That's why most people aren't good at it. That's why most people lead lives of quiet mediocrity. This has to become a commitment in your life. A true commitment in your life to always be taking control of your state and rapidly changing your state. Like rapidly. All right, question.
Would you recommend just like practicing that out of nowhere?
On what?
Just out of nowhere practicing.
Well, all right, so let's talk about how we're gonna do this, right? I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of tools in about 15 minutes. I just wanna give you kind of a model here to think about when it comes to your state. So if you had to describe the state that you would like to be in most of the time, what word would you use to describe that state? Okay. So with intensity, what would you call that if you had to give it a word?
Fucking good.
Okay. So I'm gonna say fucking good. Cool. What else? Energetic. Energy. Energetic. What else? Passionate. Yes. What else? Powerful. What else? Carefree. What else? Dominant. Yes. What else? Purposeful. Yes. What else? What does that feel like? Flow. Nice. What else? Fearless. Peace. What else? Unfiltered. Yes. I'm just gonna say free and authentic. Cool. Okay, we got 11 here. Fucking good, energetic, passionate, powerful, carefree, dominant, purposeful, flow, fearless, peace, free, and authentic. Raise your hand if you would love to live in this state all of the time. Yeah, that sounds fucking, you're like, where do I sign up, dude? Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Now, when you are not controlling your state and you're kind of letting the world dictate what state you're gonna be in, you're letting circumstance define the state that you're in, how do you feel? Right? There's like the pit. We're not talking about the pit where like things are terrible. I mean like the normal.
Comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable. Right? Would you say complacent?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking enemy right there. Complacent, right? What else? Stifled. Ugh. Gross. What else? What is it? Stagnant. Yeah, stagnant. Stuck. What else? What is it? Lousy. Yeah, lousy. How about unclear? Like fog-headed. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Boring.
Foggy, boring. What else?
Drifting.
Drifting, yes. You're the leaf and not the wind. What else?
No, sir.
One at a time?
No.
Feel numb and uncertain. All right, so drifting, I'm gonna call uncertain numb. What's another way to describe numb? Just not there. You're checked out, you're apathetic, right? You're not even present, right? Yeah, no, there's detachment is more like Zen, right? Apathetic, like Zen is like, I'm fully engaged, but I'm unattached to like the outcomes. I'm just engaged in this moment. Apathetic is, I just don't care. A lot of apathetic people confuse apathy with like Zen. Very different things, right? Well, a lot of adults, like 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, a lot of them are apathetic. They've given up, right? They've given up. Yeah, not a good place to be, is it? No, right? So here's the thing, all right? There is something called let me put this in different, default setting. Your default setting. What is your default setting? Yes, it is the state you wake up to. It is the state you go to sleep to. It is your state if all things don't change. Like, we all have a baseline. It is our baseline mood, our baseline state. We think who we are is who we are, and that's just the way things are. Not true. Your default setting, you created that. You have created that your entire life. That was your doing. If this is where you live at, like if this is your default setting, this is your baseline, this isn't who you are, this is just what you've done. You've conditioned yourself to be in this place. If you live closer to here, you've conditioned yourself to be up here. It's literally that simple. How do you change your default setting? All right? The state you're in most often becomes your default setting. Please write that down. Okay? The state you're in most often becomes your default setting. This is one of those lessons that life-changing is not an understatement, but man, the fucking commitment to do it is not easy. The prize is worth it, the commitment, it's not easy though. All right? The state you're in most often becomes your default setting. So if you feel these ways most of the time, what is your default setting going to become? This is where you're going to live at. But what if these states become, what if you're in these states most of the time? What happens to your default setting? You actually start living here. Start living here. Anyone notice, even in my own videos, that I'm very different than I was 2 or 3 years ago? What changed? This. My default setting changed. I let go of some shit that wasn't helping me. Right? I worked on some other stuff. Like, it just keeps getting better. If you saw a video of me, in fact, you probably see them when I was like 20. Have you seen them? Yeah. Raise your hand if you've seen my old videos when I was like 20. Yeah, a bunch of you. Great. In fact, I showed one right at the summit. Right? That was like a decent one. There were other like completely different person. And the only difference was I had to create this energy level. I knew I have goals and I want to make an impact. And for me to do that, I need to raise my fucking game to a higher level with my state. It has to happen. There's no other way. So I did it. And I did it very, very methodically. I did it this way. This is the only way to do it. It looked like this. All right. Let's say that this was like me before. All right. Like if this was my default setting before, it was like this. Right? This is the mood I'm in most often. Like this is where I want to be, up here, but I'm here most of the time. All right? Well, if I'm here most of the time, what's going to become my default setting? It's going to stay there, right? It's not going to change. So what I had to do was I literally just started consciously being aware of when I was here, and then I would do something to put myself in this better state. And that anchor, that trigger would last for like 10 minutes. And then you know what would happen? Yeah, it'd go right back down, right? Because I'm not conditioned for that, right? Like a basketball player, if they're trained all the offseason, they can play a full 48-minute game and they cannot get tired in the fourth quarter. But if they didn't play all the offseason, they're out of shape, they're not conditioned for it, they get tired in the first minute of the game, right? I was not conditioned for it. And then what would happen? So I'd go back down and I'd be like, oh shit, I feel like shit again, I'm not cool again, or whatever. And then what would I do? I would do another thing to raise my state back up. And then I'd be there a little bit longer. And then I'd go down, and oh shit, let's get it back up. And then eventually what would happen is literally every 10 minutes I would do something to put myself into state. And I'd do that for a couple weeks. And then what would happen to my default setting? It'd start to inch up a little bit. And then I only need to do something every 15 minutes. And then a couple weeks later, every 20 minutes. And then a couple weeks later, every hour. And now, I don't know, every hour or two I do something, right? It's a muscle. Your state is a muscle. Right? It's a muscle. That's it. We need to, like, there's a muscle called shitty state that you have been training for a long time because you've allowed yourself to be there. And there's a muscle called badass state, and you haven't trained that muscle that much because you only end up in a badass state when good circumstances happen to you. You only allow yourself to feel like a badass when you get that deal, you get that girl, you close that thing, you get that victory or whatever. You needed the outside world, something good to happen for you to get permission to put yourself, to be like, oh, I feel great. Right? We don't realize our state has nothing to do with circumstances, everything to do with ourselves. So once you start taking control of this, and you just start putting yourself in a badass state all the time, I mean, all the time, you're just constantly putting up, eventually, this is no longer your state, and this is your state up here, your default setting, right? This is like to me, like the most important thing, because everything comes from your state. How good is your speaking when you're in a great state? The words just flow. You don't even have to think about it, right? You don't even have to think about what you're going to say. It comes out right. What about when you're not in a good state, when you're offline? Yeah, you can't read off a teleprompter. You couldn't even do it, right? So all the power, all the energy, even the right metaphors, the right words, like you guys understand, like who here wants to I want better metaphors. Like I wish I could just reel them off. Jason, you have metaphors for days. How do you do it, right? I don't have metaphors memorized, all right? Your brain has recorded every metaphor you've ever heard in your entire life. It's recorded in a file in your brain. Imagine there's a lock over this file, and the only way it unlocks this file for you is when you achieve certain states. Certain states are the access code to those files. And then you put yourself in the state and you're speaking and it's like, oh, opened up, Pandora's box, and now the shit just starts coming out. That's the secret. You have access to it all, you just haven't put in the right code. The right code is the right state. And the right state is the one we wrote about up there. The flow state, the powerful state, the dominant state, the certain state. It's all there waiting for you. Like you guys, you have all the stories and metaphors you need. You have them all. They're all there. We just need to access them, okay? So when I say rapid state change, what I mean, and this is very specific to speaking on video and on camera, is I need to do something, every time I speak on stage or on video, I will do something right before I start to instantly, even if I'm living here, when I speak or I'm on video, what kind of state do I want to be in? The highest one possible, right? I'm on an iPhone, and I need to reach someone in Vietnam emotionally. That's nuts. How much emotion and energy do I need to create within myself first to reach them? A fuck ton, right? A ton. And if I don't do it, guess who suffers? They do. Yeah, they do. I have to. So even if I'm here, this is my default setting, I will rapidly change my state to the highest level before I go on camera, before I go on stage. That's why you saw me do that crazy barking arm thing over there, right? If I was gonna do a video right now, and I was gonna pull it out and do a video, before I started, I would go, my bad, not kidding. And then I would start. And the words, everything would just flow, the energy would just flow. And the other benefit of this, by the way, is how do most videos online start? Hi. Yeah, I'm Joe Schmo down at the local dealership. We got some cars for you to look at here today. Oh, I love this one. It's a Chevrolet. That's how most videos begin. What if someone else turns on a video and they see you and you're like, yo, what's going on, man? You look good. Let's get started today. So in today's video, I want to talk, how much different is that? How's that energy? Do you want to watch now? Yeah. Right? Did I also interrupt your pattern? Yeah, we're going to talk about that later. Right? So there's many, many benefits to this. All right, just remember, you will not want to stand up because you're seated, but you will need to do it you might have to do it every 10 minutes to train your state. Who was willing to make this commitment? We could spend an entire day just on this. We don't have time. But who's willing to make this commitment to themselves?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Stand up, I love it. All right, let's give ourselves some, I want everyone to raise your right hand. We gotta make a commitment first. Raise your hand. Repeat after me. I will commit to raising my state to the state I want to live in at all times of the day. Good. Give yourself some love. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. You guys can be seated. Good. That is the ultimate fucking commitment right there. And she gets up and she dances. Why? Because she's doing what? She's doing this. Right? She's doing this. She's training her state. All right? When I see people in the hallway feeling like shit on a couch doing nothing, and then I see her dancing, they go, wow, she's weird. And I go, no, they're weird. They're choosing to feel like shit. And they look at the person who's making themselves feel good and they judge that person. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Weird is your destiny.
There you go. There, you're learning the copy part of it. All right, so rapid state change.